Another day, another story. The history of America is a rich tapestry woven with diverse threads of triumphs, challenges, and transformation. From its humble beginnings as a colony to becoming a global superpower. America's journey has been marked by significant events, influential personalities, and social, political, and economic shifts. This essay explores the key milestones, turning points, and themes that have shaped the nation over the past 2 centuries. At the turn of the 19th century, America was a young republic striving for stability and growth. The Louisiana Purchase in 1803 doubled the country's size, laying the groundwork for westward expansion. The War of 1812 against Britain solidified American independence and fostered national pride. The Monroe Doctrine in 1823 asserted America's role in the Western Hemisphere and its commitment to non-intervention. The mid-19th century witnessed a fervent belief in manifest destiny, the idea that the United States was destined to expand from coast to coast. The California Gold Rush of 1849 accelerated westward migration, leading to the settlement of the western frontier. However, this expansion also resulted in conflicts with Native American tribes, the Mexican-American War, 1846 to 1848, and debates over the issue of slavery. The most defining event of the 19th century was the American Civil War, 1861 to 1865. The clash between the industrialized North and the agrarian South over slavery led to a brutal conflict that claimed hundreds of thousands of lives. The Union's victory preserved the United States as a single nation and abolished slavery with the passage of the 13th Amendment. The era of Reconstruction followed, aiming to rebuild the South and grant equal rights to African Americans. The late 19th century witnessed rapid industrialization and urbanization. Technological advancements, such as the Transcontinental Railroad and the telegraph, revolutionized communication and transportation. The rise of industrial giants like Andrew Carnegie and John D. Rockefeller concentrated wealth and power. Leading to social inequality and labor unrest. The Progressive Era emerged in response, advocating for political and social reforms to address these issues. The 20th century began with World War I, which brought America onto the global stage. Despite initially adopting a policy of neutrality, the U.S. joined the Allies in 1917. The war's end marked the beginning of the Roaring Twenties, a period characterized by economic prosperity, cultural dynamism, and social change. The 19th Amendment granted women the right to vote. and the Harlem Renaissance showcased African American arts and culture. The stock market crash of 1929 plunged America into the Great Depression, a severe economic downturn that lasted throughout the 1930s. President Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal programs aimed to stimulate economic recovery, provide relief to the unemployed, and regulate the financial system. The outbreak of World War II in 1939 shifted the focus to international affairs and eventually led to America's involvement. World War II, which lasted from 1939 to 1945, transformed America into a global superpower. The attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941 prompted the U.S. to enter the war. The Manhattan Project resulted in the development of atomic weapons, which were used in the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The post-war era saw the emergence of the United Nations, the beginning of the Cold War, and the civil rights movement gaining momentum. The civil rights movement of the 1950s and 1960s aimed to end racial segregation and secure equal rights for African Americans. Landmark events such as the Montgomery bus boycott, the March on Washington, and the passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965 transformed American society. This period also witnessed the rise of the counterculture movement, opposition to the Vietnam War, and the feminist movement. The latter half of the 20th century saw remarkable advancements in technology. The space race between the United States and the Soviet Union led to the moon landing in 1969. The invention of the microchip and the subsequent rise of the personal computer revolutionized communication and commerce. The advent of the Internet in the 1990s transformed society, connecting people across the globe and paving the way for the information age. The dawn of the 21st century brought new challenges for America. The terrorist attacks of September 11, 2001, reshaped the nation's security and foreign policies, leading to the war in Afghanistan and the Iraq War. The economic crisis of 2008 resulted in a deep recession, prompting efforts to stabilize financial institutions and stimulate economic recovery. The nation also grappled with issues such as healthcare reform, climate change, and social justice movements like Black Lives Matter. The history of America is a complex narrative of growth, struggles, and transformations. From its early days as a fledgling nation to its position as a global power, America has faced numerous challenges and overcome significant obstacles. The story of America continues to unfold, with its people striving to build a more inclusive, prosperous, and just society as they navigate the complexities of the 21st century. Thanks for watching.